action.
All right. Today we learned how to round numbers. And so today I'm going to show you how to round to the nearest 100. That's my directions, and this right here is super important. This hundreds right here is going to tell me what my rounding number is. Let's round the number 6,328. When I look at my steps, the very first step is to circle my rounding number. Ah, what is my rounding number? Oh my goodness, it's going to be the hundreds place because it says hundreds right here. So I'm going to go to my number and I know ones, tens, hundreds, ones, tens, hundreds. This is my hundreds place, so I'm going to circle it. This number is my rounding number. It can do either raise or rest. Step 2 says, tell the coach, put me in. My coach is right here. I'm going to put a hat on my coach. And I'm going to look at my coach. I'm not looking at the rounding number because I don't get to decide if I go in. My coach tells me. My coach is a 2. I'm going to try to figure out, is my coach 4 or less, or is it 5 or more? And here's what I say. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. When I look at this, I know that 2 is 4 or less. So he's going to tell me, you will rest. I can't play. So my 3 stays a 3. And when I look over here, everything this way becomes a 0. So my 2 becomes a 0, and my 8 becomes a 0. Everything this way stays the same, so my 6 stays the same. When I rounded 6,328 to the nearest hundreds, it became 6,300. Now let's just change this number just a smidgen. Let's change the coach and make him a 7. This is still my rounding number because I'm still doing hundreds, but now here my coach is a 7. And when I say, put me in, the coach is now a 7. And when I decide if it's 4 or less or 5 or more, it's changed. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. Now he's 5 or more, so he says, get in there and raise that score. So this 3 becomes a 4. Everything this way becomes a 0. Everything this way stays the same. When I rounded 6,378 to the nearest hundreds, it became 6,400. That's a wrap.